Now we always start off with the salt jam at first. Just make a little line right here. Then we're going to start like right here and go back downwards the opposite way down until we come to this point like right here. Alright. And then we go slightly upwards like this. And then we end it off to like this line right here. So you should have something that should look like this. The salt jam. You should have something that should look like this. And now we work on the details of the salt jam. So like, yeah, do a line downwards towards the middle. Like this. But you slightly do it downwards, slightly line, going slightly downwards. And then do the same thing, but the opposite way, upwards. And now we add some extra lines right here to show definition and shading. Alright. So in conclusion, you should have a soul gem that should look like this. Now let's get working on his sword. So we mostly do the outlines of the soul gem right here until we come to a point like right here, but then we do a straight line to the right until we stop like here and go upwards a little bit, upwards like this, and then downwards, and downwards. So we stop like right here. And then we do a longer diagonal line, like right here. And before we get up to this point, like right here, we could do this line to like right here on the bottom part of the handle. Right here. And then we close it off to like right here. Alright. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do... Oh, sorry about the starting, guys. I need to get this checked out for some reason. Then what we're going to do is that we're going to do a downward diagonal line to the left. Till we stop like right here. Then we're going to do the same thing upwards. Upwards, yeah. And then we're basically going to do the same thing as we did like right here, but on the other side. Yeah, then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, looking so far so good. Alright, so you should have something that should look like this, right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the outer outline of this whole entire shape. For like a few centimeters away. Alright. Then we go downward. Upwards. Alrighty. Now, you might make a few mistakes while you do this. But like Bob Ross always says, there's no such thing as mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Yep, I give a shout out to Bob Ross. Yep, the link to his channel is in the description. So go subscribe to Bob Ross. Alrighty. So your handle should look like this. So now we're gonna do the blade of the sword. Oh yeah. It's much like dark choco cookie sword, but it's more enhanced. So first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna make a line straight down until we stop like right here. Do the same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna make a point going, a diagonal line going outward and then back in. Do the same thing on the other end. Until we come up to this point like here. And then we're going to continue on straight down. Stop right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do horizontal lines on each side. For each side of his sword. And then do some diagonal lines. Until the lines meet. Like this. If you like, you can pause this if necessary. Alright, we're going to erase these right here. Also erase this little bit right here. And come to think of it, this end right here looks a little bit big. There we go. That's a little better. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the outline like we did to the handle. Right here. So we're going to start like right here. Like I said, we're going to go straight down. Until we start like right here. Make a little diagonal line to show the definition. Okay, dokie. Yeah, you could just do the exact outline of this. The arrow part. This technically looks like an arrow, but with spikes on the sides. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So you should have something that should look like this. Oh. Alright. Pause this is necessary, if you like. And then now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the stars that are on his sword. Do a curved line all the way around. And then we're going to do another star. So, as you can see, we've basically done his whole sword. And you can make the stars a little bit bigger and space them out farther if you like. But for me, it's highly recommended that you do so. Alright. Right here. Okay, dokie. As you can see, we've basically done the whole sword, whole blade of the sword, right here. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the handle of the sword. Yeah, and this is where Dark Cacao Cookie's hand will be, the left hand. So we're going to make a slightly downward diagonal line right here. And then we're going to make a little curve all the way around. So it looks like a D, like a letter D shaped. Then we're going to do a little line right here. And do it more straight up like this. Until we stop over here. And then we're going to do the very top of that handle. Very end of the handle. So, diagonal line. Do it upward. Right here. And then downward. And then meet up with these two lines. And also do a slight line right here. To show the shading. So, that's going to have to do it for the whole sword. Yep, you basically just completed the whole sword. Right here. So, now what we're going to do, his part of his armor. He has two sideways square shapes right on each arm. Right on each side of him. So we're going to make a little square, like right here. And then we're going to do a little diagonal line right here. Right here. And then do another line. So like right around, let's just say, around here somewhere. And then another diagonal line to like down here, right here. And this is going to be where another part of his armor would be. I'm thinking of working on that. Do a little line right here. And then just basically do a diagonal line till the two lines meet. Alright, and now we're going to do more of the squares. So, it's basically like a jam sandwich. So we're going to basically do an outline of the square. And then we're going to do a slightly diagonal line downward, like this. And then we're going to stop right here. And that's where his slight detail of hair comes in. Here. And as you can see, it goes straight downwards and makes a slight curve down to the blade. Here. Yeah, like right here. And then do another outline of another part of his armor. I forgot to mention that. And then we're going to do the other side of the outline of his hair. So, make a slight curve. And then go straight upwards. I think a little bit of tweaking might come in handy. Yeah, I think a little bit of tweaking is required. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So again, there are no happy accidents. Oh, I mean, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Oh, sorry about the common mistake. Or happy accident. Now for the trace of hair that is white. Yeah, this is the line where the hair gets all white and stuff. Black hair with a trace of white. He's based on like a true warrior. Is it an ancient warrior or something? I don't know. Hey, anywho, let's get back to this part of the armor. So you basically have to do another outline of the square piece. And then you do a diagonal line straight down. And then you stop like right here. Right here. Right here. And then what you're going to do is that we're going to do another part of his hair that is curved. But first, we got to do part of his crown. His crown. So you start like right here. And then you go slightly diagonal upward. Like right here. Until you stop like right here. And then you go downwards. And then you're going to stop right here at this point. To make way for another part of his crown. The spikes. Yep. Yeah, see those little points just up there? Yeah, that's what part of his crown represents. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do part of his brim of the crown. So make kind of like a little point shaped. And then do a little curve. Like around, like there. And then finish that spike off by just going downward. Oh yeah, looking so far so good. And then we'll do the very center part of his crown. Or tiara. It's highly recommended that it is a crown. Okay, so it really doesn't matter if this point goes kind of off course. But it's kind of like a little happy accident. It's not much. But that'll do. Alright, erase off this mess up here. Alright. And then this spike is very different from the others. You see, it has a really centerpiece. It has a centerpiece right here. So we're gonna make that next. And then we do the same thing like we did to the soul gem. To the soul gem right here. From the definition and stuff. Right, yeah, like right here. Like these little lines right here. Alright. So now we're going to do part of his hair that's curved. And then we're going to do a slight curve, a trace of white. On the trace of white. Till we stop like right here. Yeah, we're working on detail the hair a little bit. Right here. Alright. And then, once again, after you get done drawing dark cacao cookie, you can do a little bit of tweaking before you paint. Alright. Now we're going to do this same part right here, but it's on the other side. Alright, it kind of looks exactly the same. And now we're going to do the same, and now we're going to do part of his hair that's exposed around the crown. And now we should do the rest of the crown. Now it should be easy peasy. Now it kind of really doesn't matter if the spikes on the crown are kind of dull. But it's highly recommended that you make them as spiky as possible. Okay. Kind of looking so far so good. Now we could do the final spike on the crown. It's kind of like a mirrored way as follows. Alright. Now the spikes may look kind of thick. Well, we should fix that in a jiffy, shall we? Alright. And that's where the other square right here comes in. That's not blocked by the sword. Alright. But before we do that, let's do the other streak of hair. Then go straight down. Until we stop like right here. And then we're going to work on this later. But for now, we just stick to the other square. Part of his armor. Or cloak. So first we're going to make a diagonal line. Right here. And then we should do it the opposite way. Downward. Now we do the outline of those two lines. But on the top, we make a little curve. Until we stop like right up there. Alright. It kind of looks like a little jam sandwich. And when you look at it one way. And now onto the actual front. So, you most likely gotta do the same thing, like up here. Then do a teeny tiny little curve. Boom goes down, stops like right here. Huh. Oh. Alright. Looking so far so good. Now we gotta do the center right here. And it looks kind of like the soul gem right here. Exactly like it. But kind of less shiny. That's better. That's better. Now we can work on the center. Now we're going to make a tiny, slightly diagonal line right here. And then go down the middle. So you basically just done the same thing as it is over there. Well, actually, it kind of looks a little small. So make it slightly bigger. Alright, now that's more like it. Alright. Now before we get back to the hair, let's work on his cape a little bit. On this side. So we're going to do a diagonal line that goes downward to the left. Start over here, go downward, and then we make a little curve, and go to the right, and stop right here, and then do the same thing right here, and then you do the exact same thing as the other part, until you stop like right here. And then you can make a little point right here. So the left part of the cape is done. And now we can work on the hair some more. So go downward. And then you stop at this point, like right here. Right here. It's coming along too. So now we can work on part of his head. All right, make a little make a curve like right here. So now we can work on part of his chest armor. Get these eraser shavings off there. So first we're going to make a diagonal line that goes downward to the right. And then go upward. And then we basically have to do the same thing right here. But this time the diagonal line goes slightly downward some more. And once again a little line to show a little bit of definition. And then then make a little line right here somewhere. Like right here. Just go straight down. You know, his head's a little big though. Well, so just ignore that. Alright. Alright, that's a little bit better. Then we make the line till we stop like right here. And then do the diagonal line that goes downwards to the left right here until we stop like right here. And then do another straight line until it stops right here. And then do an upwards line to like right here. And now we get to work on the details of the armor. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And now we work on the outer brim of his armor. So we'll go like diagonal, like right here. So we stop like right here. And then draw a slight small line right here. And then go back to the very top. And then we stop right here. And then make another line to close it off. we're getting a lot done today, though, to say the least. So now we get to working on his feet. Well, actually, I did make a little bit of minor happy accidents, like right around here somewhere. I didn't make the sword long enough. The armor is kind of too big. And I don't know. We'll just make it slightly smaller. Well, you know, there is a big mistake or happy accident right around here and the cape. So, I'm gonna fix those mistakes right here. I'll be back once these mistakes are fixed. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I made the stomach a little bit smaller. But anywho, let's continue. So now we're going to be working on his other hand. So we'll make a little curve like right here. And then it's going to continue until it stops like right here. And then this is going to be part of his sleeve. Alright, so as you can see, we just finished his hands. So now we're going to be working on his feet. Yeah. So, first you do a line that goes downward, like left, downwards to the left, and then go to the right, downwards, then right upwards, and then right upwards till we to the very top of his armor. And then make the same shapes as the bottom for this part. Yeah, I know his feet may be kind of small. Now we're gonna work on his other foot. Again, sorry about the mistake about the armor. Or the happy accident of the armor. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but on the opposite side. Yes, so as you can see, we just about finished the feet. Right after I get done with this part right here. Okay, now we're done with the feet. So now to finish it off of the armor, we're going to do the rest of his cape. And then we're going to do part of his, more parts of his hair necessary. And then finally the face. So we start off the cape to like right around here. And then we're going to continue off. It's going to go off. Let's go downwards diagonally. And then a slight wave until we stop to like right here from this point right here. So then we're going to start from that point and go straight down. Okay. Start right here. And then go to the right and make a curve. And go slightly diagonal upwards. And then we're going to go off like this. And go to continue on to the right. And then we're going to go upwards diagonally to the left. And then we stop like right here. So we basically just finished his cape. Or cloak. To say the least. You can call it whatever you want. And now finally we're going to do his face. Starting off with the eyebrows. Yeah. As for the other eyebrow right here, it's kind of squinting. As you can see, it kind of squints a little. And they're kind of big. And now for his eyes. Yeah, his eyes are kind of squinting with justice and heroism. I don't know, to say the least. And then a little bit more detail of his bottom part of his eye to show some detail on there. And then once again, the details of his eyeballs. And then we're going to do some more details of the hair around his eye. Which is right behind the eye. And finally, his mouth. So as you can see, we just finished the entire dark cacao cookie. And then we can get on with the tweaking. Alright. So now comes to the part where we do some tweaking. Like the eyes, for example. Let me just fix all that. Alright. This side looks a little better. Alright. And done. Yeah, this looks a little better. What do you think? Leave a like if you agree. Now, we just finished the entire dark cacao cookie right here. Yeah, right here. So now let's get on with the painting time-lapse of him. Starting now. And we're gonna start coming down, slanted diagonally until we come up to this point, like right here. And then we're gonna come back up. Yeah. So, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight ahead. Right here. Okay. So there's just lines right here. And now we're gonna do the shade. Like on every other soul gem, on the ancient cookies. And now what we're gonna do is the little triangle right up here to show more shininess of the soul stone. Okay, and now we're gonna do the outline of the soul gem. It's kind of like a diamond shape. Alright. Until we come up to this point, like right here. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. And then we're gonna close off this shape with a really horizontal line. Okay. Now we're gonna erase these lines right here. Again, it's gonna require some tweaking. Alright. Then what we're gonna do is these lines right here. It shows the definition of the gem right here. Alright. So now, we're gonna move on to the cheese part. That's where the cheese comes in. Right up here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down diagonally. And then do the same thing on the other side. And then draw a horizontal line down there to show the shading. Okay. Now for the holes of the cheese. Yeah. And one hole on the other side. And if you look more closely at this cheese right here, it's gonna remind you of that little firecracker from Cookie Run Oven Break. You know how you have these little pets beside your cookies? And that's what it will remind you of. It's the firecracker. Yeah, right here. Alright. So now, we're gonna move on to the wings. On top of golden cheese cookies head, we're gonna do a slight curve and then slightly just do a diagonal line and then go down with a little curve until we stop to like right here. And it's kind of like requires some more tweaking. Alright. And now for the details of the wings. So as you can see, like this wing right here, it shows you that it's like an Egyptian sphinx or something. Alright. And now we're gonna do like this little diamond shape that hangs, sort of like hangs off of the wing. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to like do a small horizontal diagonal line right here, and then we're gonna go down, and we're gonna go down. Until the lines meet. Yeah, draw that same line on the other side right here until it meets up on this side. And then we got ourselves the left side. Now we should do the same. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Slight curve. And then a slightly diagonal line. And then a slightly downwards diagonal line right here. And then a slight curve until the lines meet. And like I said though, it's gonna take a little bit of tweaking. Now it doesn't have to be really perfect though, although it's not a big deal. Yeah. Alright. Now you should do the same lines of the details of the wings right here on this side. Alright, so there we have the wings. So now we could do the same shape right here. And we'll go downwards until the lines meet up with this line right here. As you can see, that we just did the headgear of Golden Cheese Cookie. Alright. Okay. Now it looks neat. Alright. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do like his mane. The mane like the lion. So it shows that he's like the sign of the lion or something. So we're gonna start like right here. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do his arms. So we're gonna do like a little slight curve right here until we stop it right here, and then we go all the way around. Alright. And then we're gonna do like his arm bracelet. So, diagonal lines here and here. Alright, so now we got his left arm. So now we're gonna do like his right arm on the other side. So we're gonna start like right here, slight line right here, and then it's gonna curve down like right here somewhere. And then we're gonna stop like right here somewhere. And then we're gonna do his other bracelet. And then a slight line right here. And that's where the other part of his spear is gonna be. So yeah. Then we're gonna do like a really slight out-of-shape oval shape right here. So he's gonna be holding the weapon or something. Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna do like the very point of the spear. Now we're gonna stop like right here. Now the spear doesn't have to be like perfectly straight. If it's a little bit too crooked to you, you can use like a little ruler or something to make it more straight. Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna make a slight curve. Just to make it look like cheese. Okay, so now we're going to like go diagonally until we get to this point like right here. Then we're going to do another curve until we stop, and then we're going to do another diagonal line right here until we stop it right here. So yeah. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Most likely. And then we can stop like right here. And then we gotta slowly go downwards until we stop right here. And we're gonna do a slight curve. And then just meet up right here to where the lines are. So now we can do like the shadings again. Again, to show the shininess and definition of this. And now what we're gonna do his legs and body. And then we're gonna do a slight line right here. Again, it's gonna take a lot of tweaking as usual. Right here. And now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do his cloak or waistband. I think it's a waistband. Right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the sides of his waist. Right here. And we're going to do the shading as usual. Right here. much just got his body done right here. So, the last final thing that we're gonna do for Golden Cheese Cookie is we're gonna do his wings. The wings are like a big part of him. Now we're gonna do a line like right here until we come to right here. I'm gonna do a line right through his spear. And then we're gonna stop like right here. Then we come back down. And then we're gonna do a little really big curve. We stop like right here. And then we're gonna go straight down, like right here. And then right here, we're gonna do a little curve, right here. And then we curve back to like here. Alright. And then we do a little curve as usual, right there. And then we slightly curve slowly down right here. So we go like right here. Okay. As you can see, we just finished one of his wings. So now we just gotta do the pattern of his wings. So we gotta start right here. Do a slight curve. And then we'll go down like here. And then we go out right here. And then we do another curve like right here. And then we just do the same thing down here. That's gonna have to take a little bit of tweaking as well. And now we do another one just like right around here. Yep, so we just finished one of his wings. So now we get to move on to the other wing. So yeah, so the other wing. We pretty much just had to do the same thing, everything literally just the same. Same as we did, right here. So we gotta do a little curve right here, from here. Now we gotta do another curve right here, and then we go up until we stop right here. Then we curve in, and then we just curve around until we get to his spear right here as follows. And then we go right back down, down to right here. And then we do more of his wing like here. And then we go back up right here. And then we do his pattern like right here. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to do this one right here. Do this part right here. Okay. So finally, we gotta do the top part of the left wing. Alright. The curves like right here. And then we stop right here. And then we go back down to the very bottom until it's almost like touching the spear, but not really. And then we do a curve like right here. So, and then we just gotta finish the pattern right here. And we pretty much just got golden cheese cookie just drawn out. So, coming up next, there's gonna be a time lapse of me painting it, like I did to Pure Vanilla Cookie and Hollyberry Cookie. Oh, I forgot to do the shading of these shapes right here. The shading of these shapes. Okay, now it looks done. So yeah. So in about a few seconds, there's gonna be a time elapse of this. And it's gonna start right now. So we'll do a slight curve downwards. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can always come back and tweak that line. So now we're going to do an over curve till we stop like right here. And go upwards diagonally. And go downwards. And then just do the same thing on the other side. Now this is going to have to do some tweaking. This is going to take a lot of tweaking. Alright. Okay, so now it's starting to look normal again. Oh, it's gonna have to be a little bit more slight down to the left. So we gotta turn it around just a little bit to the right. Although, this is not a big deal, though. Alright. Okay, so this is more like it now. Alright. Now to do a slight oval shape around it to show the shininess. Yes. As long as this line right here. And it's sort of like organic triangle right here. See right here? Okay, so now we're gonna work on the top part of White Lily Cookie staff, which is a huge tulip or white lily. So we're gonna start off with the leaves. So we're gonna do a slight curve like right until we stop like right around here somewhere, right here. So now this line can continue upwards until we stop like right here. And then we'll do a slight curve right here until we stop like right here. And then we get to the point to where we draw a line in the very middle of the leaf. Yeah, the reason why I have to stop right here is because we gotta make room for the tulip, or the white lily, or white lily. Sorry if you confused the lily for a tulip. So, now for the one part of the tulip. You have to do like a, sort of like a waving line. Until I stop to like the stopping point of the leaf, like right here. Alright, so now for the brim of the flower. Until we stop like right here. And then we continue with the other leaf. Again, you could tweak this old jam if you want. It's highly recommended that you tweak it. Alright. But first we gotta do the top part. And then we're gonna come back down to this point. And just do another point until we start right here. And then do another waving line right here. And then we'll do like the shining part of it right here. See that? See that right there? And now for the little stem inside the flower. So we're going to go slightly curving up. And then we're going to make a little curve. And then we go back down to the very center. Okay. Now we're going to work on the second leaf before we continue on with the rest of the tulip. So like, now we're going to make a little curve, like right up here, until we stop right here. And then what we'll do is that we'll make a curve, another curve, until we get to the point like right here. Alright. And then the middle of the leaf to show the difference of colors, the definition. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to finish off the flower part of her staff by drawing a slight curving line until we stop like right around here. So as you can see, we just finished like 1/3 of it. 1/3 of her staff right here. So now we're going to work on the handle. So first we're going to do a little curve until we stop it right here. This slightly holds like the flower, the leaves, and the salt jam right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to start right here. And then we're going to do a slightly curvy small line right here until we stop it right here. And then we'll do the same thing on the side. Now this spot is where her hand's going to be, which is a slight teardrop. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to make a straight line until we stop like right here. Then a couple more lines. A couple more lines around her hand. And then we're going to make another straight line on the other side. Just like that. Until we stop like right around here. That's where her other hand's going to be. So we're going to be working on our right arm a little bit. Like right around here somewhere. We're going to make a slight curving line. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And then a straight line right here. Because her hands are going to be wrapped around with some kind of vine, I think. And then we're going to continue on with her arm right here until we stop right here. And then a little point right here. And then we're going to do a slight curve right around here to show like part of her cloak. Her cloak. Then we're going to do another curve and show more of it. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do like the other hand. So like, then we're gonna do another straight line. And then bust the UE around here. Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna keep on making the straight line until we stop like right here. Yeah, until we stop like right down here, I think. And then for the other end, it's gonna be kind of like a spear shape. You know, these points right here are rather sloped rather than rounded. Oh, again, guys, sorry about this heavy breathing again. I really need to get this checked out. So now we just completed her staff. But then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna move on to part of her hair. So we're gonna start like up here, and make a little curve right here. And then make another curve until we stop like up here. Then we're gonna make some wavy line until we stop like right here, and then make another curve. So we stop like right here, like right here. So the reason why I stopped there is because she wears a flower on her head, which is another lily. So I'm thinking of working on that too. So again, we're gonna start like right around here. And then we stop like up here somewhere. And then make another line coming down until we stop right here. And then we'll just do the same thing like all the way around. Now this line's gonna be wavy until we stop like right here. See, it's starting to kind of look like a tulip. Or a lily. I keep confusing the white flowers as lilies. Oh, man. Sorry about the stuttering again. I really need to get this fixed so I can speak better. Sorry about that, guys. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do another curve until we stop over here to make room for this curve. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. It doesn't have to be symmetrical though. Yeah, this is not a big deal. And then for the last petal, we'll obviously do the same thing. Obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more tweaking right around here. So as you can see, we just finished her headgear. Her headgear, which is a tulip. Now, a flower always has these little things which can hold the nectar. I think it's what they do. Like right here. That covers the flower part. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the leaves of the flower. Not like the ones in the staff though. Just right around here. Now we're gonna do another little curve right around here. Right here. And then we're gonna do another one right around here. Curve. And then do a slightly wavy line right around here. So that about covers it for her headwear. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to finish the rest of her hair. Yeah. So we're going to start right up here. Make a tight curve, like right here. And bust the Yui. And stop right there to make room for this curve. Yeah, she's starting to look majestic, doesn't she? Leave a like if you think so. And then we're going to do another curve. Right? Until we stop like right here. And then we're just going to leave it right here for now. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to do part of her head. So we're going to start like right here. And do a really slightly curve, perpendicular curve. And this part right around here. Oh, I can see that her hand is like way too high. Like way too high up there. So we're going to move it slightly downward a little bit. And then we're going to do more of her cloak. Oh, sorry if I'm getting off topic here. There may have been some slight errors. Sorry about the slight errors, guys. Alright, now that's better. Now we're gonna do her arm. Okay, I think that's slightly better now. Oh wait, it's still a little bit too high. I'll be right back to fix the mistake, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, guys. I slightly fixed my mistake a bit. So again, I'm gonna go my bad on that one. Sorry about that. Alright. Anyways, let's continue with more of her hair. So we're gonna do another little curve. And then another curve, like, until we stop, like, right up here. And then we're going to do a small little curve right here. And then we're going to go up and around until you stop like right here. And this is where part of her headgear comes in with those vines. Okay. Yeah. That line will represent her the vines of her headgear. And I stopped right here to make more definition of her hair. Yeah, this shows more definition of her hair. Which comes to the conclusion to make a curve to finish her hair. Yeah. So as you can see, that about covers her hair. Except for her pigtail. That long, majestic hair she's got. But before we do that, let's add 2 more vines. Make more curves. Oh yeah. That looks much better now. That looks much better. Now, let's get started working her cloak before we do more of her hair. So again, we'll do a V shape. And then a little curve to show part of the knot of it. And this is going to make way for the other hand. Yeah. I'm going to do a big curve. And then we're going to make a U-turn all the way back around until we stop right around here. And then we're going to do another slope to the right until we stop right here. And then you come around from there and stop right here. And then do more curves on her cloak to show graphic details. Oh, I also forgot to mention her gloves, which kind of resembles being plant-based. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Whew. Man, this is gonna take up a lot of hard work. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do more of her knot, of her cape. Oh yeah, so far so good. Well, except for that one incident. Again, sorry about that. And then that's where her dress comes in. Do a little more bit of a curve. And stop right around here. And then it continues on with just this part. Oh yes, looking so far so good. Now we're going to do more of it on this spot right. We'll start up here. And then we're going to do another little curve until we stop right here. Only to make room for this curve. Again, you could do more tweaking if you want. Dress. And then we'll do a slight curve. A lightly curve around here to make room for the white circles. And then make a little white circles as droplets. Alright, and more droplets. Oh yeah. I like the word majestic because she is majestic, to say the least. Alright. Alright. And then we're gonna do like one more faint line. One more faint line. Twist up at this point right here. And then we're gonna add the final droplets. She looks like a mighty fine water plant. Yep. Because she reassembles one. And then we're gonna do more of her cloak or dress. Or cape. And then we're gonna do like another curve until we stop to like right here. Yeah, that's starting to look like a cape. And then you go around right here. Okay. Just erase that part too. And I totally forgot to mention that there's more hair, like right around here. So do a slight curve right here, over here, and over here, and right over here. And that just about covers her hair. Well, except for that long ponytail, which I'm thinking about doing right now. So why not? So we're gonna do a little curve like right here somewhere. And just go up. And then do another wavy line until we stop like right here. And then what we're gonna do is then we're gonna do another big curvy line like right, stop like right here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do a really lopsided line all the way right up here. Same thing in here until I start like right here. And then another curvy line. And that sells another bunch of her hair. Oh yeah, it's totally looking good. Now for this part right here, it's gonna be really faint because of the cape in her way. Which reminds me of doing a line right here. Until we stop like right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do another part of her cape that goes out. Now, like Bob Ross always tells you, there's no such thing as mistakes. We just have happy accidents. And then we're going to do another wavy line. And then do the wavy line on the inside of the cape. So that just basically covers the cape. And then we're going to do more of her hair, right behind her. And then around here, yeah, the bunches of hair are getting smaller and smaller. And then we're going to do one more butt of hair around here. Right around here. And which comes up to her very end. The very end of her ponytail. And then we're going to do another curve. Which reassembles another tulip. And then we'll do little teardrop shapes. Now the only thing that we gotta focus on is her face. So we just covered up the entire paint of her body. So now all we gotta do is her face. So we'll first start off with her eyebrows. Right here. And then we'll do the other one on the other side. Right around here. And then we're going to do her eyes. Go for a straight line. So let's start right here. And some points for her eyelashes, I think is what they were. And make the rest of the way up by you making a U-turn. So she'll look courageous, like right here. And then the interior of her eye. To just make a U-turn. And then add a little circle right here to show the shining of the definition. And then we'll do the same thing for the other side as part of the other eye. And then the really final thing about her is her mouth. There's gotta be some slight more tweakings with her eye. With her right eye. Yeah. So yeah, we just drew the entire white lily cookie around here. Oh, I forgot about one point. The point of her cloak. Okay, now we're done. Alright, now we're done. Yeah, she looks good. Oh, yeah. There's gonna be... I'm gonna do some final adjustments to her mouth. Yeah, she looks beautiful, doesn't she? Alright, so now we're gonna do the painting time-elapse of her now. Like I did to the other cookies. The links to those paint videos are in the description. If you want to learn how to draw them, you can do so. Anywho, let's get on with the time-elapse. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is her shield. We're gonna do the very center of her shield. So it's like her stone is on her shield, and Pure Vanilla Cookie's stone is on his chest. But this time, her stone is like a heart going sideways. Do some slight curves. Very lightly. And now we make another curve. Slightly to the right this time. And we're going to do a little bit of tweaking to the stone. Right here. And now we're going to do the shading of the heart. A light circle on top. And we're going to add some lines. Just for the shininess. Just for the shininess. For painting later. Or if you wanted to do it with colored pencils, you may. But I just figured that painting would be the main topic. So we're going to do painting. Alright? So now, we're going to do the shining outline of the heart. Here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is going to be the white outline of Hollyberry Cookie stone. Now this side right here is a little bit closer to the stone. Oh, and if I do any heavy breathing, sorry about that. It takes up a lot of work. So yeah. So okay. Okay, now we're gonna do the texture of the outer part of the shield. And not the actual outer part. I'm actually talking about the pie part. Like it's Hollyberry pie or something? I actually don't know. So the other part of the shield, like the mantle of the earth, but this is like the middle part of the shield. So this is going to be like a challenge. So the crust. Until we come to a stop like right here. And then we're going to do a little bit of a circle for one of the hollyberries. Now the hollyberries, for instance, you see, it's kind of like a little bit of a Christmas theme. But it's kind of like a seasonal Oh, sorry about stuttering. I keep stuttering. Oh, sorry, I couldn't help the stuttering. Anyhow, the Hollyberry Cookie is kind of like a Christmas themed ancient. So that explains why she's called Hollyberry Cookie, because holly has these little berries. Now we're going to do the shininess. Okay. And now we get back to the crust. The slight curve. Like right up here. Until we come to the stop like right here. Okay. So now we could do the outline, which is just the heart. Which is just a heart. Now, we can always come back to the parts to do a little bit of tweaking. Okay. So this is the outline of the middle part of the shield. Now we make the other curve like, yeah, like skinnier. So that we have a side view. At least a side view. Okay. So I had to let a little bit of breath out. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. Like I said, you can always do some tweaking. Right, so we can draw the Hollyberry again. On this side right here. And we're going to do the shading and the shiniest of the berry. Alright. Make sure it's kind of like big like the stem, like the crystal, but slightly smaller and also slightly rounder, like bulgy. Now we could just do a little bit more tweaking right here. Like I said, it takes some time for tweaking. Just do some more tweaking until your shield looks all heart-shaped and neat and perfect. Until it's all like neat and perfect. Okay. Sorry about all that heavy breathing again. It usually takes up a lot of work. Now we can see this part right here. Now we could do more of the crust, like right up here. Okay. Okay. As you can see, like right here, this part is like some sort of like a pie, like what you see on top of a pie. All right. Now we're gonna work on more of the pie part. You could stop right here, like right here. Okay. So like, we're gonna do a kind of like a ton of tweaking, like right here. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, though. Just do a little bit more tweaking to the shield. Okay. This should probably be a little bit better. Probably be a little bit better. Do a little bit more tweaking to the shield. Okay, now let's get back to more of the crust. This shield's kind of like a little bit of a challenge for me. Right here. And now we work on another Hollyberry. But for this side right here, it's kind of like a little bit like an oval shaped. Do some more tweaking. Okay. Alright. So now we're gonna do more of the shininess right here. Right here. Yeah. So now we're gonna do more of the crust. Oh yeah, now that's looking more like a pie, like the top crust of the pie. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do the leaves of the hollyberry. Yep. So we're just gonna do a little bit of a curve, and do another curve, and then a curve all the way to the top right here. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Until we get this done like right here. And a slightly smaller line right here. Right here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then we're going to add another one right beside it. So like right here. And then we're going to do the line right here. Okay. Then we're going to add a third leaf right beside it. Kind of like a little star shaped. Okay. 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 Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Before we could do the absolute exterior of the shield. Now that shield is kind of like a big challenge for my channel. Okay, we're going to do the curves. Yeah, do a little bit more tweaking with the leaves. Like right here. Okay. No, you can always go back and do a little bit more tweaking if necessary. But now it's not a problem right now. Okay. Now we're gonna do the same little leaf on the top. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble holding my breath because I know some people can't stand all the heavy breathing I do. Again, usually takes up a lot of work. I'm trying not to breathe as much. So yeah. And now what we're gonna do is the exterior of the shield. The biggest heart of the shield. Then we're gonna start on the top leaf. Do a little bit curve. And do the same thing on the other side. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be a big heart. Okay. Okay, so So yeah. Now we're going to do a slight downward curve, like right here. Okay, then we're going to do this slight downward curve until we get to this point right here. Okay, so now onto the pattern of the shield. Kind of like little bumps, little curves in the shield. Okay, so now as for the pattern, it's gonna be bumps literally just all the way around. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I know the shield's kind of like a little big, but it doesn't matter. If your shield like turns out like this, it's just a little bit bigger or smaller. Okay. This is a lot of work. I can tell you that much. Yeah, now after you make the shield, you can go back to where you messed up something, and you can always do some tweaking. All right. Now this is Hollyberry Cookie shield. So now we add the lines right out here. Okay. So as you can see, we just finished her shield. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do her body. Now her body, as you can see, her body like starts out like right here, where the second bump usually starts, and do a semi-straight line right here. So right here, right here. Oh, sorry. This is gonna have to do a little bit more tweaking. Now we're gonna do it slightly diagonal line, like until we stop like right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up to this point is do a semi-curve from here and over there. And I think about the line's kind of too long. I actually don't make that point right here touch. Again, sorry about the mistake. We all make mistakes sometimes. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to make the ribbons on the front of her. Okay, now we're going to start right here. And make a slight curve. Till we stop like right here. And then come back like right here. Until it hits this spot right here. Right here. And then we're going to do the same thing for the opposite side. And now we're going to do the same thing in the inside of the shape. And then we're going to do the same thing for the third time. And that's all about this shape that we're going to do. And then there's a big bulgy heart like in the very center. Like right here. And then we're going to do the interior of this heart. As for the color. And then if you wanted to, you could put this little dot right here. Alright. Okay. So now we're gonna do part of her like skirt. We're gonna do more of a downward curve until we stop like right around here somewhere. Or like right around here. Anyway, he's good. And then we're going to do another one of her ribbons. Like her crest ribbon or something. Okay. Okay, it's kind of looking good so far. Part of her waist. Now we're just going to do the same thing like we did to the other shape. And then it's going to require some tweaking later on. Now we're going to do a slight curve right here. Slightly upward, like right here. And then we're going to do the same thing like right here until we touch her shield. Alright, now to down here, we're going to do the lower part of her clothes. Do the bottom part. Now, to me, it's going to take a little bit of tweaking. More tweaking. I'm not sure. Okay. See? That's part of our clothes. Part of our clothes we just did. Okay. So now, for her feet or legs, I'm going to do a little diagonal line right here and right up to this very point, right up here. Oh yeah, I could tell that this cookie is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Now for slightly lighter lines, right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the other leg on the opposite side. Right here. until we stop like right here. Then where the other leg is, right over here. And then you come across to this spot right here. Do the same line and make a slight curve like the other side. Okay. Just right to this part right here. Okay. Okay. Now, alright. Now, if you want to do this curve like the other side, you can do so. You can do it if you want to. With pencil if you want. But I highly recommend that you have paint. That you use paint for this. Okay. Alright. So now we move on to her chest. But first, we're going to start right up here. There's a solid red hollyberry on her chest. Make a little light circle right here. And now, it doesn't matter where you put it, as long as it's right there. Now we move on to the hollyberry leaves. Okay. Alright. Now we do the other one on the other side. Now we're going to do the lines. And this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Now it's starting to look a little bit like a challenge. Okay. And now we move on to like right here. And then we move on to our actual chest, which is just a slight curve. Oh yeah, it's looking good right there. Leave a like if you agree. If it's looking good so far. Just leave a like and hit the subscribe button. I'll wait. Did you do it? Alright, good. Thanks for the support. So now we move on to her patterns, which is a couple of spirals, one on each side. Here, and then we're going to come back around to where we can hit that hollyberry right here. This right here. And then we go down, back around. And then we just do the same thing, like all the way back around. So as you can see here, we just did the pattern. Yeah, be very gentle with those lines. And it's okay if you messed up too. Because you can move on to tweaking. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, but the shield's in the way. So we can just move on to the top right here. And then we're going to do a little bit of a curve like right here. And then we just did the pattern. And then we're going to move on to tweaking. Like I said, you can move on to tweaking if you want. Now, the two spirals don't have to touch each other. Don't need to touch each other. Oh, okay. Alright. And now we're going to move on to her big arm that's hanging on the side of her. So we're go ahead and start the arm right here, and move, make a really big curve until we get the stop like right here. So like right around here. It's in the middle of that spiral. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to do her arm bracelet. The details of her arm. And then we're going to move on to our fist line, like right here. And now, well, what's on her hand is kind of like a half of a heart shaped. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You know, you don't have to add the heart on this side if you don't want to, but it is highly recommended. Alright. Now we're going to do the same curves on the very top. And make sure this part right here is almost touching. Not all the way. Not all the way. Almost a circle, but the lines aren't touching. Like the circles are perfectly blended together. Alright. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, like right on her arm, this is her hand. Now we're going to do the actual arm itself. So we're going to do it until we stop like right here on this point. Right here. Right around here. And then we're going to add a small circle to reflect our shininess off our armor. Looking good. Now the reason why I stopped right there is because now we're going to do the head. Her head. And that's going to be like a challenge. Her hair is kind of like a bunch of hollyberries grouped together. So, I'm going to go ahead and start like right around here. Again, you can move on to tweaking if you want to. Yeah, it's strongly recommended that you do some tweaking. Alright. Okay. And this is a part of her head right here. And now we're going to move on to her hair. Again, it's kind of like a little bit of some circles grouped together. Now, the big part of her head, or which we're going to do later on, is there's a big hollyberry, like a really big hollyberry, that's on that very end of one of her ponytails or pigtails or buns or something. I don't know. Hey, anyhow. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do the rest. Like right here. Again, sorry about the heavy breathing. Again, it takes a lot of work as usual. Sorry if I had to keep repeating myself. Okay, so we're gonna do another top one, like right around here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a curve, which is part of her hair. Her hair right here. Oh yeah, looking nice! And then we're gonna stop like right here. Again, you could do a little bit more tweaking. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do a smaller curve. Right here. Now like right around here, there's some more leaves on top. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Right here. Right around here. There's like 2 leaves on top. That kind of resembles Greece. Like it's crown work from Greece. A Greek crown. Now we're gonna finish off this part right here to just a little curve. Right here. Alright. Now for the big part. Now that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. It's like a big circle. Alright, now it's looking good. Now, the circles don't have to be perfectly round, but it's highly recommended that you do some tweaking right here. Alright, so, yeah. And then what we do, we have that little circle like right here, again to resemble the shininess of the berries. And then we're gonna do like the same kind of technique like right over here, but right over here where the shield is. So we're going to start here under that leaf. Well, that's kind of like a little complicated. We're gonna come back to that. Okay. We're pretty much just gonna do the same thing like we did like over there. Okay. Yeah, again, I gotta tell you, this is gonna start becoming a challenge. So now, we're gonna do these little curls right over here. Again, it kind of resembles a heart. A little circle like right here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And then we're going to do the same curve like we did on the other side. Okay. Alright. Okay. Again, like I said, you could do some tweaking. You don't have to do it right now. You could do it like after the video. But it's highly recommended that you do some tweaking. Just to make it slightly better. Now we're gonna put the holly leaves right here. Right here. But the leaves on this side, as you see, it's kind of like a little bit slightly bigger and also slightly thicker. Now this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Alright, so as you can see, we kind of did the leaves on both sides. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect. But I strongly recommend that you do some tweaking. Yeah, see, it's kind of like a little bit better. Okay. So, alright. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the hair again. Okay. Alright. Oh, I had to get these pencil marks off of there. Those eraser bits. So they wouldn't most likely be in the way. Okay. Now, those buns kind of resemble the South Korean noodle girl named Puka. Puka. She's in love with Garu, and she's one of my absolute favorite characters. And now we're gonna do the same circle like right here. Okay. Now we're gonna do a slight curve on the very top. Now the top, it doesn't have to be perfectly round like I said. Oh yeah, it's looking good so far. Now we're gonna do another circle to resemble the shininess of the berries again. Now the only thing we're gonna do, the only other thing now is that we're gonna do the face. Now we're gonna do a little bit more tweaking to the hair first. Oh yeah, looking perfect. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do for her face is her mouth. So like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make a little curve until it almost touches this leaf. And then another curve on the very top. And now finally we're gonna do the eyes. So now we're gonna make one of her eyebrows to make her look so heroic. Then we're gonna do one of the points, like on Pure Vanilla Cookie. Again, you can find the link to that video in the description. And then we're gonna do the inside of her eye. Now for Pure Vanilla Cookie, his eyes are perfectly closed. So again, that's one of her eyes. Now we're gonna do her other eye. Alright. Looking perfect so far. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the shading of the eyes. And a little shiny thing on the bottom too. Okay. Alright. Okay. So then, there's this little thing on her eye that makes her look so more heroic. Okay, that's gonna have to do it for drawing Hollyberry Cookie. Yeah, like right around here. She looks so cool. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more tweaking on her foot, like right here. So kind of a little thick. Legs kind of a little thick. We're gonna move it back just a teensy wincy bit. See her eyes? And now we're finished with drawing her. Oh yeah, she looks heroic right here. Because of the shield being so defensive. So now we're gonna move on to painting her, which you can see in the next cutscene right about now. No, the first thing that we're gonna draw is the pure crystal on his chest. Somewhere like down here. Yeah, it all starts out with a V shape on the bottom, and then the rest is just curve shaped. Oh yeah, it's shaped like an ice cream cone. Oh yeah, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now we gotta draw the lines of the shading, of the reflectiveness of the crystal. Even this part right up here. Let's make it so shiny. Now the thing surrounding the crystal is its crest, is the crest. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, looks good. Looks good. Right. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Oh yeah, looking good. Okay, it looks kind of a little bit out of shape. But that's okay, we can fix it. Okay, looking good. Looking good so far. So now the next thing we're going to do after these lines. Okay, get that out of the way. Let's So next, we're going to make the top of his chest, which is like made of pure vanilla wafers or something. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, that looks better. Now that's better. Yeah, the top of his shoulders are kind of like vanilla wafers. Alright. So now we're gonna do the those triangle things that go from the chest to the bottom. Okay, so as you can see, that's what the triangles look like. Now, we're going to do the same thing like right here. Like right here. Go line straight down. Until it lines up with this triangle right here. And now we're going to make the pattern inside the triangle. But instead of just a point down there, we're going to make a bust a U-E right here. And just make it all the way back to the top. Right here. Just gotta fix that right here. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But don't hit the very bottom. Alright. Yeah, that's looking awesome so far. So now what we're going to do is the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the bottom. And 2 lines going down. And then make it make a slight curve of every end. Now we got the bottom. And then there's like fudge around it. So what we're going to do there. And make a really slight U shape. Like a slight U shape. And make a really light circle like right here. To show the shine for painting later. But now what we're going to do is that we're going to do one of his arms. So, like, right, let's start, like, right here. And then we're going to stop right there for the hand. This is like a slightly teardrop. so it can hold like his staff. Oh, yeah, we need to make that slightly larger. Slightly larger. We don't want with tiny hands, if you know what I'm saying, right? But then what we're going to do is we're going to do part of his cloak. So, to make the cloak, we're going to start like right here. See where I'm pointing? Right here. And gently do it diagonally. And then go this way, like, and slightly curve it a bit. Slightly curve it a bit. And then slightly curve it back to where his sleeve is for his arm. Okay. And now we're gonna do more of his cloak, like more of his cloak right here. Yeah. And then after we get done drawing this, we're gonna do a little bit of tweaking until it's all neat and perfect. Now, when you come to this point, we're gonna slightly curve it up like this, and right here, so we get the cloak. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the pattern of wafer. All right. Now it's looking like more of a wafer cookie. Okay. All right. And that. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do the right side of his cloak this time. After we add this part of the cloak right here, until it's all neat and perfect. Okay. Now we're gonna do the right side of his cloak this time. So we're gonna start like right here. Now we want to do slightly curve it a bit until you stop right there. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing to like right here. Slightly curve it until we get to stop like right here. And then do a slight line like right here to where these points end. Right here. And now we're going to do the bottom. Alright. Then you got to stop right there. And slightly curve it like right here. And slightly curve it all the way back to like this line right here. And then add a line to like right here and right here. Okay. So now we're going to add another curve to like right here. And then add this line right here. I'm going to erase that. Now, okay. And then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay. Oh, it doesn't make it to the curve line yet. But lining up the lines, as you can see, makes it slightly more detailed. It makes it more like detail. Okay. Alright. Alright, so now we're going to add the details onto it, like the left side. Alright. Alright. You don't have to add the details by pencil if you don't want to. Or you could use paint. But this is highly essential. And now what we're going to do is his staff. So, we're going to go ahead and draw that. Straight line right there. And make it slightly right turn. So like right here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna come right back up to his hand, to pure vanilla Cookie's hand. So yeah, we got a little bit done on the staff though. But what we're gonna do is the top part now. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. All right, now. You want on the top of his hand, you draw the lines until you stop, like right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the leaves. Now, the leaves, for instance, it resembles the flower on the top of his healing staff. If you don't want to do this on pencil either, you could use green paint. But pencil is kind of like highly essential. That's highly essential. Okay. We're gonna make a curve like right here. And then do the opposite way around. And we're gonna come back to this spot. Alright, so now So now we just do a little bit of tweaking. Yep, do some tweaking until it's all neat and perfect. And now we're going to do the flower part. Yeah, so do a little bit more of the staff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the petals. Okay. And to make the top part of the staff, we're going to try our very best, to make all the petals look all the same. Okay. Okay. Looking good. Yeah, this is kind of looking good. Now that's gonna have to take a lot of tweaking. Yeah, the top part looks kind of a bit off center. We're gonna do some tweaking. Oh, sorry. The eraser just isn't working today for some reason. Alright. Okay, so get all these eraser shavings off there. Yep, just get those out of the way right here. And do some final major adjustments to the petals of a staff. Okay, so now we're going to do the eye in the center. So we're going to try and make a perfect circle like right here. The eye's not a big deal though. After that work, we're going to think about doing the head after finishing the staff. A little bit more tweaking, a little bit more tweaking. Do more tweaking until it's all like neat and perfect. Now, for the eye. Now, go across the eye like a little curve. Kind of like a Pokeball in the back, but it's not a Pokeball. Now we're going to do the pupil. It's just what I did. Now we're going to add a little circle right here, just for the shading. And then we're going to do the second leaf. Like right here. Right here. Make a slight curve, like here. Okay. Now we're going to make a wider curve. A wider curve, like right here. Erase this part right here. And make the other end like right around here. Alright. Now we're going to add the lines to the petals. Again, you could do some tweaking. You can do tweaking if you want. Alright. A little bit more tweaking, until the flower looks all neat and perfect. So now we're going to work on the head. Okay, so we're going to give this thing some two curves right here. Okay. Right here. You can add some tweaking to the chest if you want to. I don't prefer this much, but you can if you want. Okay, now what we're gonna do is this shadow on the bottom. Oh yeah, it's looking good so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to his hair. Now his hair, it kind of looks like a cream filling of the vanilla wafers from Keebler. Okay. Now it's looking good. Looking good so far. So far, so good. Oh, just stick the canvas like right here. Oh, sorry if it moves, by the way. So now, back to the hair. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now. Right here. Okay. Okay. Looking good so far. Okay. Now, all right. His hair's looking awesome. Now we're gonna do a little bit of tweaking for his hair. A little bit of tweaking. A little bit of tweaking. Erase this part right here. Now we're gonna do the line of his hair. Again, like I said before, you don't have to use a pencil for this. You can use acrylic paint. Now for the beginners, pencil is a little bit more simpler. And it's also slightly more detailier. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna line the hair down so it stops like right here. Then we're gonna add a little star on top of his head. And now for his eyes, they're just white. They're just glowing white, so. Now we're gonna add a little point, like right here. And now we're gonna continue on with the eyes. Eyes, like right here. That's one of them. Now we gotta do the same thing to the other side. So, like, curve, then point. Erasing like right here. Now we're gonna work on his smile. Oh yeah, it's looking awesome. To be honest, leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Just to, if you think it's going good too. So go ahead. If you think it's looking cool so far, leave a like and hit the subscribe button. If you think it's looking cool so far. Now, finally, we're going to work on his hat before we're going to paint. So, we'll start with the brim. So, yeah. So we like stop right here and make a really small curve. Right, like right here. So you have something that should look like this. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. As always, as usual. Alright. Alright, now this is the interior of the hat. Now we're going to do like the brim of the hat. The tall brim of the hat. So, it can go through like this spear or mace or healing staff. Sorry about the confusion, by the way. So, and then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna like pass through the leaves of the staff. Yeah, he looks pretty majestic. Now we're gonna do the thing like right here. And then we're gonna start like right here. Then we're gonna make a little curve. And then comes to the part on the very top, like right here. Anyways, now we gotta go back down to the bottom and curve back up like this side right here. And then just likely repeat the whole process all the way down. Alright, so now we got the whole brim of the hat. Now finally, we got to the top part of the hat, which is kind of like an ice cream cone. Like a vanilla ice cream cone. Oh, wait a minute. It's gotta be more pointy. It doesn't matter if you make it pointy or dull. It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to make the cone all dull or pointed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to add the line of the shadow for painting later. Yeah, so now finally, again, we got to do the pattern again. So like I said before, you don't have to use the pencil. You could just use acrylic paint. Oh, you get what I'm talking about. Okay, now we gotta do the other lines. Sorry again about the stuttering. Yep. Yeah. And that's how you draw pure vanilla cookie. So now if you excuse me, I have to go eat my lunch and then get to work. A hit and run in the laundromat. To clean the laundromat, a little bit of tweaking right here, and check the dryer vents to see if the dryers have their vent payment. To the dryers, I'm like they're Mr. Goodman, and the dryers are like Marvin. Yeah. So I can't wait to get those dryers vent payments later today. So let me go eat my lunch and go to work. And after work, I'll show you a time elapse of me painting. Yeah, the time elapse of painting. So I'll be right back once I get off work tonight.
you for your support!